right, so what we got here today is a voltage, I guess you'd call it a regulator. But I got it off Amazon and it snaps onto a Dewalt battery, so 20-volt battery. And we're gonna check it out and see what it's all about. I just took it out of the box. It comes with a 12-volt cigarette lighter, plug, and this is called an XT60 plug. These are common in the RC car world. I have a box full of them because I make my own leads and stuff. So then they gave you this little connector, I guess, so you could connect these two together. Has a XT60 outlet right here, and we're gonna put it on here and see what happens. So it came to life. Now I did already fire this thing up and run through these buttons a little bit. They don't really do much. You can adjust your voltage. This is the XT60 output voltage, and this is your voltage for, I guess, over here, but it's not gonna matter. You could set it on 30 volts and that's not what you're gonna get out of here. Which I thought was interesting. It reads the temperature in Celsius. You cannot change that. It does have a fan built into it. And on top, it has a phone charger, an induction charger. Now, my phone will not charge that way because of this case. So I would have to take it out of the case, and I'm not gonna do that because I don't ever use it and I don't care. So, let's see here. First, let's go through some of these specs because I can't remember them all. It says that it can have an input voltage from 15 to 21 volts and output voltage from 2 to 30. Max output current, this is good to know, 25 amps. Max output power, so that's just changing current to watts, 300 watts. Over discharge protection, so it does have battery management built in. Over temperature protection. Over current protection. It is all standard. So the Type-C port is a fast charge port. Yeah, so is the Type-C plus Type-A. Interesting. Oh, so in combined it just goes to 3 amps if you're using them both. Okay, all right, we're done with that. So here's what we're gonna do. I have a little setup here, and we're going to, I'll explain all this once I get it in place. This is a Junsi X8 battery charger. So this is a lithium battery charger, but it will charge any battery. Lead acid, nickel metal hydride, doesn't matter. And it's capable of charging at a 30 amp rate. So I have a cord set up here, and I'm gonna plug it into the XT60. And I think I have to do this. Yeah, so I changed my output to the XT60 output. That's what it says there. and now this is fired up. So if I look on here, which you won't be able to see it probably because this camera doesn't really focus, but right here, it's telling me what my input voltage is, and it says 12 volts, and that's what this is. Now I can adjust this. So if I hit this button, it gives me the ability to change the voltage, and I can go all the way up to 30 volts. Is that what it said? Yep, 30 volts. And if I look on here now, that does say 30 volts. So it is actually putting out voltage correctly. Well, oh, but this is a 20 volt battery. That doesn't matter. These regulators like this have a buck converter, so they can you can take 20 volts and turn it to 30. This particular battery is a 9500 milliamp hour battery, so 9.5 amp hours, 11.1 volts, 120 C charge rating. So I can charge this battery at a, well, that's the discharge rating, but even if I did 1 C, that would be 1.2 amps, but this is a pretty high C rated battery, so I can charge it at 3 times the actual rate, which, so 1 would be 9.5 amps. I mean, I can dial this thing up technically all the way to 30 amps just for testing. Well, let's just see what it'll do. I don't know what this is going to give me. So I'm going to set this charger to charge. I'm going to take it all the way to the max, just because I want to see what, if this thing will go into circuit protection or not. Because it said it would stop at 25 amps. Of course, depending on the current charge of this battery, it may never ask, it may not limit it, it may not let it do that. So there's 20, 28, 29 amps. And our actual output that we're giving is 13. So yeah, it's all, no, that's because it's 30 volts. So let me just see if I adjust this voltage down. Yeah, the amperage is going down, and it's going down on here too. We're at 12 volts, internal control error. Yeah, it didn't like that. Let's try again. All right. Yeah, this is pretty awesome. There's 18 amps. I'm giving up 26 amps at 12 volts. I can hear the fan coming on. I don't know if you can hear it or not. I don't know if you can hear that fan or not. So the thing is, how much control do you really have over its output? Well, we're at 12 volts and it's putting out 25 amps. I'm actually got 10 volts going in according to this. I'm gonna bump this up a little bit. And this did not increase. There it did. There's 14, 13, 12. All right, it's actually working well. So this Dewalt battery is a 5 amp hour battery at 20 volts, but at say, let's say 5 volts, that's easy numbers to work with. So 5 volts would be your output for here. So if you had this set to 5 volts, 5 into 100 would be 20. 20, that would be 20,000. So, yeah. Yeah, it's a 5 amp hour rated battery, so that's your battery's capacity at 20 volts. But if you were only using it at a 5 volt rate, then you essentially would have a 20,000 amp hour battery pack. So I'm gonna stop this. I'm gonna set it to just 10 amps because it's better for battery health. This battery hasn't been charged in a long time. So yeah, so what was I saying? At a lower voltage rate, like if you had a lower demand, you're basically increasing your battery's capacity. You know, it's 5 amp hours, so 5,000 milliamps at 20 volts. We're asking it to give us 12 volts. At a 10 amp hour rate, it is giving 11.8. So at 5 you have 20, so that is essentially a 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack at 12 volts. I don't know, you know, people come up with all kinds of different ways to use these things. It would be interesting to have some portable power to charge a battery, but you're not going to get a lot of charges, you know, if you're out in the field doing RC stuff. You're gonna want more than one of these batteries. Most people who are into RC have a better setup already, you know. I mean, I have this charger and it's all kinds of different options. Where is my, let's see, here we go. This is not USB-C. What's this one? Oh, that's USB-C. Okay, so let's do this. So we got our USB plug, and then let's plug in our phone. Yep, it's charging. So it's charging the phone, it's running this. So it didn't isolate it. That was what I was curious about. If it's running off XT60, does it disable your USB ports? It does not. So, yeah. I don't really know what else to say about it. It's pretty much got to the end of the road here with this thing. I mean, you know, if you're interested in one of these, you'll have your own reasons why. I mean, is it that practical? I don't know. I mean, the XT60 is what makes it interesting. I mean, I wouldn't think anyone would buy this just to charge their phones. I mean, there's a whole marketplace full of, you know, options for battery banks, for phone charging and stuff like that. So it's the XT60 part of it that makes it interesting. I guess the induction charger on top, but I don't know. Not for me anyway. But anyway, it was like I think $49 on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description.